You see, government is supposed to be working for the people, not the people working for the government. But in this case, the governments are now in control of the populace. But it's not all gloomy. Let me say this, it's not all gloomy. Why? Here's what is happening in Kenya. Bill Gates is hitting some very, very difficult times.
It's not looking good for Bill Gates. Just the other day, we talked about how his foundation was given immunity and privileges in Kenya that raised a lot of eyebrows and a lot of concerns. But now the High Court of Kenya has suspended its privileges and immunities under the Privileges and Immunities Act, which has been granted by the government. Justice Bahati Moamwe of the Milimani High Court ruled that the privileges conferred through legal notice number 157 dated October 4th, 2024 would remain suspended pending the hearing and determination of the case filed by the Law Society of Kenya. According to the Standard, the legal notice signed by Foreign and Diaspora Affairs Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi on September 19, 2024 granted the foundation exemptions typically reserved for diplomatic missions and international organizations. Additionally, the Standard reported Justice Moamwe prohibited the foundation, its directors, officers, staff, and agents from continuing to enjoy any privilege and immunities under the Privilege and Immunities Act. Also, the Law Society of Kenya's CEO, Florence Muturi, accused the foundation of using its privileges to avoid scrutiny of its activities, especially its financial dealings and influence on public policy. Well, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be celebrating this move by the High Court because some people were skeptical, like they didn't understand why Bill Gates Foundation gets this immunity and privilege that others can get. What are they trying to hide? What are they going to do in Kenya that needs immunity, or why are they being prioritized to be given these privileges?
Kenya has granted the Gates Foundation a privileged special status that includes special privileges and immunity for its expatriate officials. This raises a very uncomfortable question. Why? What could be the foundation be planning that requires such immunity? The past of this philanthropic powerhouse is far from rosy, and it's time to confront the harsh reality behind the shiny facade of its supposed altruism.
All right, are you getting this? Now, are you understanding that they lost the privileges that many vaccine-producing companies have, where they can produce a vaccine that can kill millions and they cannot be sued? But Kenyans said no. So we still have hope in Africa.
Yes, sir.
We can still say no. And we can build our own. See, the intake, whatever they say to you, remember, bullies cannot be appeased.
Yes, sir.
Whatever they say to you, they are testing your resolve. They're trying to test it.
Sure.
If we all say we're not going to take that ID card, what do you think they will do? They will scrape it.
Resist.
If we just said we're not going, they say you will not work, you will not, they say okay, no problem. For a week. But there were weak brothers and sisters among us. That when they hear ID card, they say, well, we are here. We're going to go. We take it now. But you see, another problem is we are broke. If we were supplied to a point where we are independent financially and money is not an option, like I always say. But there are many preachers who have taken the vow of poverty, who preach against prosperity, preach against money. Do you see? That's what the Bible says in the book of Timothy, preaching a lie in hypocrisy. Do you understand where you're preaching a lie, but you do the wrong thing? You do a different thing from what you say. You say it's okay, you don't need to be rich. But guess what? You live in a mansion. You're driving a Mercedes Benz. But your congregants are told, just go to heaven. You people don't be stupid. Wake up. If a preacher is telling you money is not real important, you just your spirituality, money is not important, and yet he's using a mic, red flag. How did he get that mic? And after he says that, he says, now time for your offering. We don't need money. We need to be broke. Then after that, he and his wife will use the Mercedes-Benz to go home, while you're waiting for Okada. Now I want you to see something that is really, really happening right now. Some of it does not come as death, in the sense of death. Some of it is removing you from your progress as a culture or as a race to go forward. Childbirth is removed. Let me give you this. The black people are almost 14%, I believe, around 14% in America. And then from that 14%, you have at least 4% of those being women that are fertile. Then from those, you have maybe 11% of that giving birth. Guess what happens? Then 40% of all abortions are for black people. Yet you are 14% in population, including men and women. How on earth does the whole race agree to that nonsense? That your children are being murdered and you still don't understand, and you're still voting for a Democrat? You are in the plantation of the Democrats that are telling you your body, your choice. Yet we are not increasing in number as a race. We are decreasing because we have been told that our women, they are free to have an abortion. So our sisters are sleeping around, and then the government helps them to abort. So there is no increase in our black race. White people, yes, they reduce because they want to. Indians are going up. Other races are going up. Only black race going down. And yet you're capturing at least 40% of all the abortions. Let me just tell you again before you oppose some white people. Do you know that 14% commits at least almost 45% of all the violent crimes in America? 14% of black people. And remember, not all of them do that. Part of the 14% commit almost over 40% of all the violent crimes. Please, it doesn't make sense. And guess what? We have preachers who are defending our race to the end, that no matter their failures, they never correct. They just say the white people are against us. Why are they against us only and not against the Chinese? Why are they not against the Muslims? The Arabs, rather. Why are they not against the Indians? And our women are being used. And fathers are not being found at home. We are the race with the most absentee fathers on earth. And with the audacity to oppose white people. But they are against us. Are they the ones that are letting us loose around the world, opening our legs every minute? And guess what? So some of the end of our culture and our race will not be because we have been killed by someone. Because we are allowing our children to be aborted. That we don't have the numbers we need to actually compete on the marketplace. And I understand as a black person, you can get angry with me all you like. I'm here to tell you the facts. Let me tell you something. While we are here, let me show you your best musician. And it's called Beyonce.
Wait, Jesus. Y'all do know what they play.
Did you hear that? That's Beyonce calling herself Bezos. And Jay-Z calling himself Over. Now, you don't like it until you get to their website. Let's get it.
Off of, right? Jehovah Jesus. So Jay-Z is saying he's Jehovah and Beyonce is saying she's Jesus. Oh, y'all think I'm joking around. Even though you just heard it yourself, you still think I'm playing. Well, check this out. When you go to thebookofhove.com, look right there in the middle. It says he was often called Hove, short for Jehovah, a play on Jehovah, the Hebrew name for God. Still sound like a game to you? And Beyonce said, watch the thrones. Why do they say thrones? Well, they're already acting off the Bible, so let's go to the Bible. Revelation 3:21. To the one who overcomes, I will grant the right to sit with me on my throne, just as I overcame and sat down with my Father on his throne. Y'all waking up yet? It's gotten so bad she has a church that worships her in San Francisco. Check this out.
So are you considering yourself a witch?
Oh, I am a witch, but I don't think it's for everybody.
Should I be scared?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know, because you know they tell me Beyonce's a witch and shit like that.
Oh,
that
she
we
is.
should be scared. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she's an Ifa. So when she
The witch said Beyonce was a witch. She said when she wears her yellow, that's Oshun. She's not the only witch in the business, ladies and gentlemen. Why do you think Jackie Hill Perry said this?
Who told us you got to be a witch to be black? You are not more black by engaging in witchcraft. That is still propagating a white supremacist lie that black people in Africa didn't know Jesus. I'm angry that the powers that be in social media and in culture and in music and in Beyonce's music and in Kalani's music and in whatever the other, and in Santa, like I'm...
So not only Beyonce, you also got Kehlani making altars to Oshun. You also got Summer Walker making altars to Oshun. We should have known when her husband, Jay-Z, said that Jesus can't save you. Or maybe we should have known when she said that she wipes her time of the month with pages of the Holy Scriptures.
Wait there.
Well, I guess that didn't do it for
there.
y'all.
Did you notice what Beyonce said? I wipe my women's time of the month. You know what we mean? By the pages of the Holy Bible. And you can actually hear the music, but you are like, you are so protective of your champion that you're too pro-black, that you're now a antichrist. And you don't know the punishment is still death. There is a culture we're facing, death. That these people are coming in and you wonder why Bill Gates has got access. Why every medication is tested on your grandfather and grandmother and your children and your sisters. Why? Why is it that God is not protecting his people? Because there's a culture we are lost. Do you even know? Finish that. I want to show you something.
Maybe we should have known when Jay-Z said that he told his wife the spiritual stuff really works. But if he said that Jesus can't save you, what spiritual stuff is he talking about? My brothers and sisters, I make these videos for you guys to come out of bondage and come out of deception. If you call yourself a Christian, this message is for you. Stop listening to witches, stop listening to warlock. Because you are coming into agreement with a different seed that is not Christ. And when you come into agreement, you are allowing access to demonic activity into your temple. Come out, my brothers and sisters. Come.
And these are our heroes. Listen, these are our heroes. We are proud of their names. And as a culture, remember, we dealt with death everywhere. But we're going to talk also spiritual death. We're going to talk about physical death that is allowed by spiritual death. To a point that our culture never moves anywhere. Because guess what? We've allowed these imposters to come into the system and act like they are Christians. Let me show you B.I.G. Biggie. Just put a poster. I will try and read it, although it's very difficult to read. This is what he said about Mary. Biggie says, "I what? Blanked Yahweh." And he would smash Mary, have sex with Mary, the mother of Jesus, and then put her body in the sewer. That's B.I.G.'s words on a song. These are your singers. You can't even say the things that he's saying. But you know what you do? You will listen to the music and even rap along and say those words without knowing you're actually saying. You're gonna sleep with Jesus' mom and slit your throat and then put it in the sewer. And these are our pop idols. No wonder Africa is dead. No wonder black Americans are dead. They simply think the white person is the problem. It is too deep, it's so spiritual. You think every white person you see is a problem? Because that's what they want to tell you. And guess what the other thing they tell you? They tell you are the real Jews. Shut up. Bible says it here. Woe to them that call themselves Jews when they are the synagogue of Satan. You're already the synagogue of Satan when you claim to be Jewish when you're not. You've allowed areas to come into your system. And now Africa, for it to rise, is a problem. Now Americans and Western world is planning. They're planning on our continent to kill more people. So guess what? They can have resources that are in Africa. Africa can feed the world 3 times better than the world is eating. That's what they said. You heard them.
We heard them.
And said we can bring vaccines into Africa and cure as many Africans as we can. But guess what? You're going to be, yes, Massa, yes, Massa, yes, Massa, it works. Kenya has already received. They are back there receiving. Tell me why anyone in their right mind would want to have 8 years of infertility.
8 years.
8 years. It has never been tested. Now you're testing on me 8 years. What if after 8 years I can't give birth? 8 years.
So much.
And then they tell you they have no medication for AIDS. Come on, you gotta wake up. I speak, you will not be blind. You're not hearing me. I said, I speak, you will not be blind.
Not be blind.